Hello, YouTubers. Well, I just wanted to do a quick walk around of my Truckmount system. Since everyone likes showing off the Truckmount systems, I thought I would do mine. Now, I didn't get time to clean and detail it all up and everything. It's not ready for a show or anything. This is a working truck, and I just had a few minutes on a Sunday afternoon. So here we are. We're just going to do a quick walkthrough. So this is an E350 2010. It's got about 79,000 kilometers on it now. You can work out the miles on Google if you want. But it's in pretty good shape. It needs a cleaning again, but we've been doing a lot of work lately and just haven't had time to spend like an afternoon on the truck going through everything. But here's your interior. So we just keep a couple boxes inside. We keep some spotter kits sometimes we give them to customers if we anticipate a wick back issue or something like that. It saves us a lot of callbacks if you just give them a little end cap in a spot kit like that. We got a little water claw in there for special spot issues, first aid kit, various knickknacks. There's your driver's cap. Right now I'm running a 460 Sapphire. This was the replacement for the last unit, which was a 454. The 454, it was one of their first runs, and it had some issues. It had the Briggs & Stratton engine, which didn't seem to pan out to be the best engine for these truck mounts. So after about 1,500 hours, we swapped it out and put in the new model, the 460. I haven't had any issues with the 460. It's been running great. I chose the 460 because the 870 was just overkill for what I wanted. I wasn't running huge dual truck mount systems, dual wand systems. I didn't need that much power. It was more than I needed. I didn't need to spend all that extra money on the big one. But I thought the 370 was maybe a little small too. So I thought this was a good happy medium, the 460 with the 31 horsepower Kohler engine in it. And it seems to work quite well. I was running a CDV, but eventually it's hard to clean the CDV. So I got a Devastator filter, and it's been working good. I'm currently running with no rinse right now because I have to get some more in, and getting chems up here in Canada is not easy unless you want to pay a lot of money. And we've got their demand pump system. We've got the auto pump out system. So yeah, I can hook up autofill, auto dump if I want and go all day. So long as the machine keeps going, then we're good. We don't run out of gas or anything. A lot of this is like the waste tank, and that is original equipment from when we had the 454 in. It's still been running good. Yeah, the paint's starting to chip a little bit. It's been about 6-7 years. So we're taking care of it best we can, but once you hire a tech, they don't take care of the equipment quite as well as an owner does. So as you can see, it's starting to show some signs of that. Like to keep our hoses on the wall. This is a heater for one of the heaters for the winter system. And a little storage up there. We keep a couple air dryers up there, some extra hose. And then here's our water tank, which it's worked excellent since we built it that way. My design was to make sure it was really secure, so I had this fabricated to hook it right to the frame to keep it moving any sort of forward-backward movement. And it also has an aluminum underframe, which has supported it well, and it's been doing well. It's bulged just slightly over the years, but it's still holding well and doing okay. So that's the side with the unit. Right now, this unit has a little over 500 hours on it, and like I said, it's been running good. Now in the back, this is how I've set it up. It looks a little messy, but this is why I got a box truck. I wanted room to be able to put everything in here and be able to move around. A regular size van, you just feel everything's just crammed in there, and it's very difficult to keep it organized. So that's why I love my box truck. So up here we have our Seal-A-Door. So that's quick and easy to grab. I'd like to get a longer one for the taller doors. We have, of course, our caution signs. Got some yardsticks. Some of the lesser used tools are back here, like our towel spinner. And then there's our big one. I'm still using an SX12. Well, it ain't broke, so why get another one? It still works. Hydro sensor for testing carpets, carpet rake, grout brushes, sealer stick, a couple different kinds. I like to keep my pre-spray in here. Works pretty good. Currently it's about 250 feet of hose on here, and an equal amount of, well, this is about 118 feet of steam line, but I've got more in the back if I need it. That usually covers just about any job. Back here I keep my Scotch Guard Hydroforce, my deodorizer Hydroforce, and a spare Scotch Guard. Then we've got our Shark vacuum. It looks small and flimsy, but you know, this thing has outlasted any other vacuum we've got that we use on the road professionally. Its only drawback is if you're doing a really big room, you know, on a hot day, it can overheat a bit, but let it cool down and she's good to go again. But many other vacuums I've tried that are larger and more expensive, they always break down and fall apart after a few months. So it may be small, but it's mighty. This is a SIBO. I use it for carpet agitation sometimes, or for grooming. We are running a tie wand right now with a hose hook installed. That was a Rob Allen idea there. Still use it to this day. Thank you, Rob Allen, for that idea. We keep some cones in case we're on a busy street. This is just a little quick grab kit because you know, you don't really need to take a lot of accessories all the time inside on a job. So this has just got the basic stuff you need. You know, you've got your rust remover, your citrus gel, your paint remover, blocks of pads, a little scrub brush, a little soap bar for just hitting the spots that the pre-spray isn't getting out as you go, gum getter, you know, coffee stain remover, stuff like that. And you can just grab that if you need it. Horsehair brush for upholstery. I keep my chems on here. Right now I'm just using some extreme clean that I got in for the heavy jobs. I'm using some green cleaner stuff from Home Depot, which it's fine. It works okay. It's not as great as some of the stuff that I could get from Bridgepoint or whatever, but like I said, being in Canada, it's very expensive and difficult to get those chems up here. So it's only a once-in-a-while thing for me. So in the meantime, to keep things going between large orders, I will go to Home Depot and I'll get stuff like that, and it just keeps me going. And so long as the end result is good at your customer, I mean, that's really what matters. It's certainly a lot cheaper. I have citrus if I need to boost it. We keep a little end cap on board, coffee stain removers, some boosters. I keep my knee pads, our sliders. This, I know it's cute. I bought it for my daughter originally, and she just isn't into tools like I am, so I ended up taking it back and using it on the truck. We just keep a few tools in there. I used to have a big toolbox installed here, but it was having a lot of problems with the drawers opening and closing, and I'd keep all my carpet repair tools in there, but now I find that to do a carpet repair, I generally don't need the truck mount, so I'll go separately. So I took the toolbox out, and I just keep a few small tools on board in case we need to fix a seam line or something like that, minor repairs. And I just installed this little shelving unit which holds drop cloths and a tarp if it's, you know, if we're on a muddy day and trying to get across a muddy lawn or something like that. It's better than throwing drop cloths on the ground, and so on and so forth. These are long hallway runners. What else we got? Well, you know, we've got some rags here. We've got knee pads. I got another little carry pouch in case I don't want to carry that thing. Maybe I just want to go in with just the fell's naps and the brush on the job. So I just grabbed that. Still running this upholstery tool. That's the best one. I've tried them all. This thing just goes and goes and goes. It never breaks down. It's easy to use. It's just awesome. It's called the Hydrokinetic from Hydroforce. I keep some booties in here. My pads are up here. And these are nice, these wedgets. Some guy in the States has them. Look them up online if you want to get them. Multiple applications for keeping doors open. Or, of course, you have the good big old ones you can get from John Don, which are good for doors with a high sweep. So that's it. That's the truck mount. You can see I've installed electronics here. Well, electrical. This is for my heating system in the winter. So There's an RV plug on the outside, a 30 amp RV plug, goes to our switch box, which goes to one plug here, and then in the winter I install a heater here, and then I install another one back there. I set them on low. They just kind of kick on and off overnight, and they keep the unit from freezing. Now the whole unit, just put this back here. You can see I have an empty jug here also. This is for pre-mixing my powders before using that funnel to put them in if I'm going to go powder. It's the best way to mix up the truck. I keep some brochures on here if somebody wants to ask about other services like auto detailing or general services, or a lot of times if they get Scotch Guard, just because they can't see what's happening with the Scotch Guard, I like to give them a little pamphlet or something which just makes them understand better how it works and why they bought it. Now this whole truck, it's also nice to put these on the outside of your truck. You can get those online too. Mobilebizcard.com. You can get those. I've stuck those on at least 5 years ago, and they've never come off. And a lot of people use them, and they like that. So if you're inside working, they can grab that, or if somebody asks you for a card, you know where you can quickly grab one without having to fumble around in the truck for one. There's my RV plug, and that's what we use in the winter. And what I do is I store it in this, because I don't have a huge warehouse, so we bought this overground shelter. Costs about $1,000, and we put this up. And what happens is in the winter, you drop this down after you park the truck inside. I put a board across the bottom so there's no draft or snow gets under. And then we park the truck in here, and it protects it from the wind and the rain and the elements. It's probably why the truck's looking so good after 79,000 clicks and all the work we've done with it. And then we have a clean out installed. So we park the truck in here at the end of the day or between jobs. You can dump right down there, go straight into sewage. And then of course we have our water fill up right here. In the winter that's bypassed, and we just run a hose around from the shop to fill up when it's sub-zero temperatures. So that's a quick tour of how I've done it. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and feel free to leave any constructive comments underneath.